What is going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel. This is my very first video. I am Khlamps the Mechagnome, and get ready to go on a crazy journey through Azeroth with me. A little bit about me before we start. I've been playing WoW since vanilla, took a large break after Burning Crusade, and came back a year before Dragonflight. So, needless to say, I was pretty shocked with all the changes to the game, both good and bad, but I'm loving it. I play WoW just about every day with my guildies and my friends in the Discord server, which we will link below. All are welcome to join us, just as well as the guild, the GearWorx Cartel. You're free to join if you want. Everyone's welcome. We do put a large emphasis on Mechagnomes and goblins, so if you are either one of those, you will most likely be thrown into a leadership role right away, or at least find a whole lot of people to hang out with. So what is this channel about? Why are we here? Why should you not click away right now? Well, we are all about exploration. We're all about transmogs. We're all about mounts. We're all about getting through mech dungeons. We're all about the things that are coming in this next patch, 11.1 with Undermine. Sorry, I'm jumbly mouthed here. I cannot even wait to get to Undermine with my guild. We've been literally crafted for this experience, and I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with both our Mechagnomes and our goblins running around and causing mischief. Man, I mean, Jesus, we're less than 2 weeks now to the Undermine. I think this might be the biggest patch of my WoW career that I'm excited for. There's been a lot throughout the last 20-ish years of WoW, but goblins are finally getting the love they deserve, and Clamps crossed. Hopefully we can get a little bit more of that love for Mechagnomes in the future, and get maybe expansion on Mechagon City, or maybe some more lore. Hopefully we see some Mechagnomes in Undermine. I would love to see that. I know they added Recycler Kerchunk into Siren Isle, and a lot of us Mechagnomes in the guild were immediately excited at the idea of maybe a Mechagnome neighborhood or a business ran by Mechagnomes down there, just to see that future collaboration that started with Rustbolt. But yeah, so thank you guys for joining me on this journey, making this new channel and just making new content to enjoy. I'm gonna strictly make content about things I enjoy about the game. So this will not be one of those channels where you just search up how to get something and I do a video on it or a deep dive. There's gonna be some lore. There's gonna be some hangouts. I want to make some videos with my guildies, maybe doing some world PvP or just regular PvP. We do have monthly transmount competitions in our guild, so I'm looking forward to recording some of those for you guys and kind of showing off some of what we have. But yeah, thank you for taking the time to just click on the video, to subscribe if you have already, and hit the notification bar. I really appreciate all the support that I've already received on one short with this video, or with this channel, so thank you guys so much. If you're into Mechagnomes, you have found your new home, my friend. This is the place for you. Look no further. I'm going to be diving into Mechagon, both Operation Mechagon and Mechagon Island, to kind of break down what's there, what to expect if you're new to the territory, and what to do. What's the best way to get mecha done? What's the fastest way to get mecha done? There's just so much to get into with Mechagon City, and I'm sure you've got some burning questions about Azeroth's weirdest race, and I'd love to answer them for you, so stick around and see what we have to offer. So first off, where is Mechagon? Mechagon is located in Kultiris. It is on the eastern edge. It is an island all by itself there. Most people have to fly there until you can get a teleporter, so it is a little difficult to get to, or a little tedious to get to, I should say, in the beginning, be it Horde or Alliance. How do you get to Mechagon, and how do you unlock the Mechagon quests? Well, like I said, you can fly there to get there, but unless you're just doing the dungeon, you might want to unlock the NPCs, you might want to get the quests. So how does one do that? Well, you need to start the Battle for Azeroth expansion by speaking to the soldier, or knight, or orc, or whoever it is, standing right next to the warboard to start Battle for Azeroth. Then you will be prompted to go to either Zandolar if you are a Horde, or Kultiris if you are Alliance. I will speak strictly from the Alliance point of view, as I have not unlocked this with a Horde character as of yet, although I can assume it goes roughly the same. For Alliance, you'll get into Kultiris, you'll do the opening quests, you'll talk to the Harbor Master, and you will get a map in the Harbor Master's office, which looks like a little inn next to the pirate ships, and you will get all 3 zones of Kultiris. Now, what you need to do now is make sure you're doing quests in those zones, just enough to get the friendly reputation on all 3 zones. This is if you're just trying to get Mechagon unlocked and you don't want to finish Battle for Azeroth right away. Get friendly on all 3 factions in Kultiris, and once you do that, head over to the pirate ship that is located next to the Harbor Master's office. It's the only one you can get on to do Battle for Azeroth quests. Make sure you go to Nazjatar. Think I'm saying that correctly. It's not Gnomish, so I don't know how to say this. Nazjatar. Once in Nazjatar, you will do the quest lines until you get back to the base camp and a gnome appears on a Mechanostrider. Once that happens, you will be prompted to return to Kultiris and see what the gnomes have found in this ancient vault, I guess, that they find. From there, you will be pretty much thrown into Mechagon and the opening quests there. Once you complete those opening quests, boom, that's it. You now have unlocked the actual Mechagon and are able to do all the dailies that add up over time. Now, one kind of frustrating thing about Mechagon is you cannot get these achievements every day. All the visitors in Mechagon, or I guess I should say in Rustbolt, are dailies that are on an RNG system. That means, for those of you who are not aware, it is a random number generated system. So you might have Bill and Bob there one day, and the next 14 days they don't decide to show up because it wasn't their number that got pulled that day. So it's very frustrating from a achievement perspective. A lot of people do Mechagon to get the achievement Mecha done and get the Model W cycle. Very awesome mount. I'll show it off here. It is my favorite mount in the game. I can't get enough of this mount. It's extremely laborsome to get because of the RNG properties in all of the achievements. There's achievements from collecting things. There's achievements for killing every rare. There's achievements for just about everything in Mechagon, and most of it is based off RNG. When I first started, I want to say it took me about a week to get halfway through and about 2 weeks to finish Mechagon, and that is only to get Mechadon, and that is only because I got extremely fucking lucky on a poll, and I'll explain that here in a second. So one of the visitors in Mechagon is Chromie. We all know Chromie. She gets around, right? You have to wait for Chromie to appear in Rustbolt in order to port you into a future alternate timeline of Mechagon where King Mechagon wins the battle. That is probably the most frustrating thing about the Mechadon achievement, because she barely shows up. To give you some perspective, she never showed up for me ever, and she just showed up at the time of this video maybe 4 or 5 days ago and has not been there since. So it's a very rare timer with Chromie that she's ever going to be there. To talk, you have to talk to her. She gets you to the future, and you eventually get a blueprint for a time displacer in the future that'll allow you to return to the future on your own time. So obviously this is extremely frustrating if you want to get Mecha done and you want to do it in under a month or two. So how do you get around this? Well, I did learn that if you use the experimental anima cell toy, sorry, that's a mouthful, you can actually use that to portal into future alternate Mechagon. However, the problem is that is also an RNG device, I guess, in the game where you're not always going to get a portal, and it's not always going to go to future alternate Mechagon. So, you know, you're left with double RNG there, the second of which is a 1 in 37 chance it'll take you there. So I know people that were trying that toy over and over and over and never getting it until one day, like I said, Chromie just showed up a few days ago in Rustbolt. So it can be very frustrating. I was weirdly lucky. This is, I guess, one of those firsts, you know, in the game where you get something in one try and it's never going to happen again. Where someone in Dornigal was nice enough to let me use their experimental anima toy cell, and it worked first try. It took me to Future Mechagon, and I could get the time displacer there, and I didn't have to worry about it any other time. That is probably the only reason I got Mecha done so early. That and just some lucky RNG. So obviously, this is a Mechagon channel. This is a Mechagnome channel. If you're into this kind of stuff, feel free to join the community. The Discord is linked in the description of this video. Join us. Join the GearWorx Cartel. Whether you're Horde or Alliance, hell, you don't even have to be a Mechagnome. We accept everybody. I'd love to see some new faces here from YouTube. But yeah, if you love this side of WoW, if you're into the crazy tech stuff, if you want to know more about Mechagon and Mechagnomes, and maybe just follow our adventures, I'd love to have you aboard. But I think this is my time. They're giving me the light. I gotta get out of here and get back in Azeroth. Guys, I love you all. Thank you for your time.